$100 million Leads, Part 3. How free content turns an audience into buyers. Imagine an entrepreneur sitting in their room at 2 a.m. The laptop is open, the offer is ready, the lead magnet is done, messages have been sent to a few people, and they've even started getting initial responses through warm outreach. But now, a new fear stands before them. They think, my contact list is exhausted, where will the next customers come from? This is the exact fear every new business owner, content creator, and influencer faces. In the beginning, you can talk to people you know, but to scale a business, you have to reach people who don't even know you yet. And this is where the curiosity begins. How do some people post free content and turn strangers into followers, followers into leads, and leads into buyers? In the second part, we understood warm outreach. The warm audience consists of people who already know you, like friends, family, followers, old contacts, customers, or social media connections. In warm outreach, you send one-on-one messages, have personalized conversations, understand their problems, offer a lead magnet, and present the core offer at the right time. This method is very effective for getting initial clients because trust doesn't start from zero. The person at least recognizes you. However, warm outreach has its limits. It takes time. Every conversation needs to be handled individually. And after a while, your warm list starts to dry up. This is where the real story of Part 3 begins. In Alex Hormozi's book $100 Million Leads, free content isn't just considered posting content, it's seen as an audience-building engine. Free content doesn't just mean posting reels, writing posts, or uploading videos. It means consistently providing such value in public that strangers discover you, understand you, trust you, and gradually become engaged leads. If warm outreach is one-on-one, then free content is one-to-many warm outreach. The only difference is that earlier you were sending a message to one person, now you're putting that same message out in public so thousands can see it. In today's online world, an audience is an asset. This sounds very simple, but for a business, it is incredibly powerful. If you have an audience, you have attention. If you have attention, you have a chance to build trust. If there is trust, a path to selling your offer opens up. But if you don't have an audience, you have to work hard for every single sale. That's why free content builds a long-term foundation that works both before and after you run ads. Suppose someone sees your ad. They find your offer interesting, but they don't know you. They search for your name. If they find nothing about you online, no useful content, no clear identity, doubt creeps into their mind. But if they see your videos, posts, case studies, insights, comments, and consistent value, they feel that this person or brand is truly active in this field. This content becomes the proof of trust. Therefore, free content isn't just for views, it's for credibility. In Alex Hormozi's journey, audience building also emerges as a major lesson. When a person reaches a certain level, they naturally start comparing themselves to those even higher up. A creator looks at a big influencer. A businessman looks at billionaires. A coach looks at famous experts. Often we feel these people might have gone viral suddenly or became famous overnight. But the truth is, most big personal brands build their audience over years. Their visibility seems sudden, but behind it lies consistent content, repeated messaging, and long-term trust. This lesson is vital for new entrepreneurs. If you start posting content today and don't see results tomorrow, it doesn't mean content doesn't work. It means compounding has just begun. Just as investment compounding takes time, audience building takes time too. One post might not do anything. 10 posts might not show much difference. But when you put out 100, 200, or 500 useful pieces of content, the market starts to recognize you. The biggest advantage of free content is that people get to know you without any pressure. In outreach, you go into someone's inbox, but with content, people come to you. They watch your videos, understand your thought process, hear your voice, judge your honesty, and then, if they feel you understand their problem, they can become an engaged lead. This is why content doesn't just build awareness, it also handles qualification. Those who connect with your words are the ones most suitable for your offer. But posting free content doesn't mean posting random content. If you're posting motivation one day, jokes the next, unrelated news after that, and then trying to sell your service, the audience will get confused. The job of content is to clarify your expertise. You need to repeatedly talk about the problem that your core offer solves. If you're a business growth coach, your content should be about leads, sales, offers, systems, pricing, and customer problems. If you're a fitness coach, the content should be about diet, workouts, habits, mistakes, and transformation. The audience should know exactly what you stand for. In Hormozi's content framework, Three things are crucial: hook, retain, and reward. Every piece of content should have these three. The hook is about grabbing attention. Retaining is about holding that attention. Reward is about giving the audience the value you promised at the beginning. If there's no hook, people won't stop. If there's no retention, they'll leave halfway. If there's no reward, they won't trust you next time. The hook comes first. It's the line that stops the audience. Today, people are scrolling through thousands of videos, posts, and ads. You have to give them a reason to stop. A hook can be a bold claim, a fear, a question, a story, or a mistake. For example, if you have a great product but still aren't getting sales, the problem might not be the product, it's the leads. This hook touches a real pain point. The audience thinks, "That's my problem," and they stop. But a hook shouldn't just be clickbait. If the hook is huge but the content is weak, trust breaks. So the hook should have curiosity but no deception. You must only promise what you can deliver in the content. If you say 5 mistakes stopping your business, then actually provide 5 useful mistakes. If you say a simple way to get warm leads, then give a practical method. If you repeatedly leave the audience hanging, they won't stop next time. After the hook comes retain. This is the middle part of the content. Many people start well but lose the audience in the middle. Stories help with retention. Open loops help. Questions help. Simple examples help. A step-by-step flow helps. When you make the audience feel that something important is coming up next, they stay connected. Just like suspense in a story, there should be a flow of curiosity in content. Retention isn't about forcing the audience to stay, it's about respecting their attention. In short content, get to the point quickly. In long content, keep the structure clear. Every paragraph should pull the audience to the next one. If you're making a video, voice, pauses, emotion, and visual flow matter. If you're writing a post, the first line, spacing, clarity, and ending matter. You have to understand content based on the platform. Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, and Facebook all have different audience behaviors. The third thing is reward. The reward is the value the audience gets at the end. This is the most important part because it builds trust. If the audience watched your entire content and understood something new, cleared up a mistake, got an action step, changed their perspective, or found a problem easier to solve, they've been rewarded. But if the content was just empty talk and they found nothing useful at the end, they'll feel their time was wasted. A reward doesn't always have to be a massive result. Sometimes a clear insight is enough. For example, free content isn't just for views, it's for building trust. Or in audience building, consistency can be more important than talent. Or create content that acts as a bridge to your core offer. Such insights stick in the audience's mind. These small rewards build repeated trust. Now the big question is, how much content should you create? Many people get stuck in the quality versus quantity debate. Some say only quality, others say only quantity. But in the beginning, quantity teaches you, and quality keeps you there. If you don't create content at all, how will you know what makes the audience stop? Which hook works? Which topic is dead? Which format gets shared? Which message brings leads? The market will only give you feedback if you put things out regularly. That's why building a habit of daily content can be very useful in the beginning. This content can be small, a thought like a tweet, a short reel, an image post, a small checklist, a short video, an audio note, or a simple story. The goal is to build discipline first. When you create content every day, your thinking sharpens. You learn the language of the market. You understand your offer better. And gradually, your voice becomes clear. But another fear arises here. People think, I don't have this much time. I have bills to pay, clients to handle, and a household to run. This is true. Content creation requires hard work. But content doesn't always have to be a heavy production. You can extract content from your daily work. If a client asks a question, make content from that. If you see a common mistake, turn it into content. If you learned a lesson, share it. Content isn't always made in a studio. Often, it's born from real business experiences. It's also important to understand how free content brings in money. Content doesn't always sell directly, but it creates the path for the sale. First, people see you. Then they see you repeatedly. Then your words start feeling familiar. Then one day, their problem becomes active, and they check your profile. They take the lead magnet. They send a message. They ask about the offer. In other words, content works like a silent salesman, tirelessly building trust for you. Often the audience consumes so much of your free content that they feel you've already given them a lot of value. Then they become more open to taking a paid offer. But for this, the content must be truly valuable. If your free content is just a teaser and you always hide the real value, the audience figures it out quickly. But if you honestly give useful information for free, people think they will get even more depth in the paid version. Remember one important thing: giving free content doesn't mean giving away your entire business for free. You give awareness of the problem, some useful steps, point out mistakes, give direction, show proof and build trust. But the implementation, personal guidance, systems, accountability, or the deep solution, that is your paid offer. Free content shows the road. The paid offer helps you walk down that road. With free content, consistency is the biggest filter. Most people start, post for a few days, get a low response, and then stop. But it takes time for the audience to believe that you are serious. If you keep disappearing, the audience won't take you seriously either. Content creation is a public commitment. You show the market that you stand firmly on this topic. Now, if we connect the first three parts, the system looks very clear. In the first part, you created a lead magnet free value that solves a small painful problem for the audience. In the second part, you did warm outreach, talking personally to people who already knew you. In the third part, you're posting free content, taking that same value to the public on a large scale. Now you aren't just going into people's inboxes. People are coming into your world through your content. This is where even a small creator can gradually become a big brand. First, they message people themselves. Then people start watching their content. Then some people share it. Then new people arrive. The lead magnet gets downloaded. An email list is built. Trust is established. Finally, the offer sells. This process might seem slow, but it builds a strong foundation. The biggest takeaway from this part is, don't take free content lightly. It's not just a game of likes. It is the base for audience building, trust building, and future sales. Every useful post is a small seed. Some seeds will give immediate results, some later, and some will reach people you could never have messaged personally. This is the beginning of scale. But the story is still incomplete. In warm outreach, you reached people you knew. In free content, you started giving value in public. Now the next question is even harder. When people don't know you at all, when they haven't given you permission, when your name is unfamiliar in their inbox, how will you start a conversation then? Reaching a cold audience isn't easy, because there's no trust, no attention, and a higher fear of rejection. In the next part, the story moves to cold outreach, where the biggest question will be, how do you bring a stranger into a conversation without sounding like spam? And how do you get them interested in your offer?
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.